Well, because we don't have the,
But we had closed it, we just don't have the plan. We don't have to reopen the public
You don't have
hearing.
to reopen the public hearing for the plan.
We don't have to reopen it. We can just act on the
Someone take a
motion.
look at the plan and say, you know what, that street light is in the middle of my lawn, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I know.
well, we can
We can
allow,
just, we can deny the motion.
we can allow public input before we, sign it.
So,
Are you satisfied, Mr. O'Leary, or not?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
I see them,
He's gonna make sure that's.
some little conversation going on, that's all. What are you recommending, Chris?
No, there was, at our public hearing, there was a question from one of the residents, the stone bound's gonna be in the middle of the driveway, and it's not, it's for the road, not for the property. And they were concerned that it was gonna be flush with their driveway, so that they wouldn't get it caught on a plow or something like that, and that's how it's gonna be set. It'll be set proper. So it'll be flush with the driveway. That was the question. So she was,
I was just making sure if the residents have an issue with the way they were set. If you close the public hearing, they wouldn't come back and comment to you. That's
Correct.
all I was-
Right, which is why I wanted to continue the public hearing rather than close it.
I will.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move to continue the public hearing until,
27th.
September 27th at 7:15?
7:15.
Second.
Motion by Mr., get that, Mr. Belkonis? Motion by Mr. O'Leary, do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Delaney. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, next is Valley Road. Do we have the documentation for Valley Road before I even open the hearing?
We have all of them.
Okay,
It's up on their table.
It's right here in front of me.
okay.
Valley Road is.
All right, so, on Valley Road, this is laying out of the townway, order of notice. The Selectmen of North Reading hereby give notice of their intention to lay out Townway Valley Road, starting at Station 0+00 to the intersection with Central Street at Station 21+45.87, substantially in the location of a private way known as Valley Road under the provisions of law, and that they will meet on Monday, September 13, 2010, 7:15 in Room 14, Town Hall, 235 North Street, North Reading, to hear all persons interested. By order of the Board of Selectmen of North Reading, the second day of September 2010, signed by Mr. Prisco, who's the clerk of the Board of Selectmen. I'll open the hearing. Is there anyone from Valley Way here present?
Yes, Nicholas from Valley Road. I just wonder if somebody could explain how does this affect us, the residents? I'm not really aware of how this affects us. If somebody can explain that.
I think based on what the Public Works Director told us, it probably has minimal effect on, in terms of plowing and things like that. It's already being done. What it does do is there's a punch list of items that the developer had not completed, and there's a bond outstanding in case the developer defaults against those. And this action is aimed at getting the punch list completed as part of the acceptance of the street itself.
Do we know what that is, or the punch list?
I believe that the CPC, you know, punch list for Valley Road.
So there's a couple street trees that needed to be replaced, and did you have anything, Mike, on Valley Road?
Just, your typical
Clean the detention,
downstream defenders.
yeah.
What is
They
it?
do some
Something-
drainage work, and that's cleaning the drainage system before we take over, like a clean one, and a few street trees.
Detention pond that's inadequate?
No.
No, it's not inadequate. You have a, says inadequate there?
Yes.
Access to.
Access to,
Access to it?
I'm sorry, access to the detention pond on lot 12 is inadequate.
It just needs to be graded.
Okay.
I'm working with the
Okay.
developer's representative, and they're more than willing to comply.
They've done the trees yet?
I don't.
Does that satisfy your question, sir?
I guess so.
He's
Yeah.
reading something. Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm John Harrison, 29 Valley Road. When you say grade the access to the retention pond, what does that mean? If there's movement on my property, my neighbor's property, to the retention pond, it would be like moving dirt, grade, and yeah, there's a minimal amount of
all that I know, or am I know more, or?
It's on lot 12.
Yeah, I can. I'm on 13, not 12, I think we can go both of our properties. Yeah, the slope going down to the point area is. You just have
Can we look at the plan? Would it help to look at the plan?
Yeah, no, that'll be great. I don't know if it would be grading on my lawn or back in the. Yeah,
It's not gonna help.
our select is grading down by its ponds or.
Yeah.
What I can do is set up some time with you later on this week and just go over, it's minor in nature.
Well, I assume that anything that happens to the yard that will get returned to, we would get news.
Yes.
Needed
Yeah,
and whatever.
Yeah, it all burned out.
That's good, that's good.
I got a lot of grading.
Oh, so you want them to dress it out then, okay.
Just for the folks on Valley Road, just so you know, on August 31st, the CPC did hold a hearing to go through in detail every one of the open issues related to your lots. But no, I just don't want you to think that they went and did this without notifications and having hearings. So they have been doing it since we started moving on this item.
One more question. There's a bunch of silt fence around the whole development and back in all the common areas and in between phase 1 and phase 2 of Valley Road and Deer Run. It's kind of buried now, but I kind of thought that was going to be pulled up by the developer, or just stay there and buried, or?
Mr. Hayden?
Once Conservation Commission gives them their certificate of compliance, in other words, that the area is all vegetated properly to hold back silt and things like that, the contractor can go out and take that out. It's not, I don't think it's a requirement. That is not us. We don't require the silt fence, the Marafi fence to be put in. That's Concom, and it's up to the developer to take it out, so you could, yeah, I mean, you check with Concom, make sure he's got his,
With the contingency and all these bonds we're holding back, there's sufficient money to do something like that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, so it can take care of it.
Yeah, we have to.
Mr. O'Leary?
Okay. I can understand why people get sometimes frustrated when we're hearing, okay, that's conservation, that's not CPC, we're accepting the street, and we should get our act together here under the roof of Town Hall. It just, the silt fences and stuff, I've seen them in a lot of developments where they've been there for years.
Yeah.
And I think the property owners are reluctant to pull it out because they think, oh my God, I'm gonna get fined by the Conservation Commission or the DEP or somebody. But if they can be, it should be removed, then it should be removed. And again, I don't know what the timing is on some of that stuff, whether it's in time for, although some of these have been several years, so my guess is the vegetation's there, but,
That's not related to the street, though.
well, I know, but it's all part of the acceptance
Mr.
process, and we
Pierce.
get people who
The answer to
are
that
frustrated.
would be that what should be happening here is that when they come to the Board of Selectmen for approval, technically we normally when we bring them, we have the certificate of compliance from conservation already in hand before they come here, which means that at that point on the punch list, final punch list, before acceptance, the removal of that could be on there, and it has been in the past. That's something we've had. That's something we've had in the past.
One at a time, please.
Is that on the final punch list before acceptance that the silt fence be removed? Because as I said, the certificate of compliance should have been received from them before they presented for acceptance by the town.
And that is the case in all these instances?
Not that
Except for Janice Ackman, yes, they've all filed for COCs, and I can't say for sure, but I think the hearing is on what,
a couple of these, all they were missing, that's all they're missing is that certificate of compliance.
but if there's any silt fence on a lot, it's the.
I pulled mine out.
Okay, when it's within the right of way, then they're going to seek their certificate of compliance for the silt, to removal of the silt fence within the right of way.
Yeah, I pulled up mine, but well, like around the retention pond in the back.
Right.
There's silt fence all around the whole thing.
Right.
Who's gonna pick it up and wanted to pick it up, which I probably wouldn't, how do I throw it away?
Yeah.
You need a big dumpster to throw this stuff away. And in between the Valley Road and Deer Run, there's kind of like a public way there, there's silt fence all along that. It's, quarter mile.
Mr. Hayden?
Who picks it up and throws it away?
The bonds that we hold, we can't use that bond money to remove silt fence. We have to use it for what was for the project. That's the
That's not-
Conservation Commission's.
That's not part of the project, though?
It's not part of what we bond. We don't bond the silt fence.
No, but the project that you approve is subject to terms and conditions issued by the local community under the auspices of the,
Right, but it's not.
Conservation
that's-
Commission.
It's not put under the bond. When we itemize the bond, when our engineer itemizes that bond and comes up with the right number, that's not there. And then if we use that money against that, we'd be at fault. In other words, if I took, $10,000 out of a $19,000 bond, which they know how much we have, and only give them 9 back, they wanna know where the other 10 is. Can't do that.
So you're saying that conservation, before giving them a certificate of compliance, should have required them to remove the silt
Yeah.
They're
fencing?
the ones that
They
require it
should.
to be placed, they should probably put it in their
Right.
certificate of
And I don't know if they hold a bond for
They
that
don't,
stuff.
because I just had that conversation with them.
They don't hold any bonds.
Well, obviously, going forward, that's what,
going
they
forward,
need to
can
be
we
able
have
to do.
communication between the planning department and conservation? I mean, since we're in the same office pretty much, as to ensuring that that's part of the requirement going forward, and if we have some friendly developers in relation to putting it on the punch list, and if they wanna squawk about it, fine, if they don't,
We just suggest to conservation that since it's a requirement from them, that the removal of it be a condition for their certificate of compliance.
For
They have to put it in their purview, And that's the way to do it, that's very simple, actually. Ask them to add it on.
They could, we could talk to them about
Yeah.
adding that to their rules.
but again, we get to the situation where the road is completed, that's the only thing that hasn't been done, someone's gotta be responsible for doing it, the bond's been released, and, to me, you need some sort of monetary penalty associated with,
We agree.
not, with,
We've talked about that with before, they don't wanna go there.
If they put it in the order, if you put it in the order, and you present the order to the engineer, who's doing the.
if they put it in the order, can it be included as part of the bond money,
Yes,
Okay.
under your purview?
only for work in the right of way, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Only for work in the right of way, not
okay,
for private.
can we get that coordinated then going forward?
Sure. We've asked them
We've
already.
asked them
But
already
that's
to
kinda
do
going
that.
forward, we can't go
This is blue.
backward with it.
Broach the subject with them again, and if it doesn't seem to
Yep.
fly, give me a call, since I'll be liaison anyway,
Okay.
Okay.
and we'll see.
They can do their rules,
That's-
they can change the rules and regulations and hold that themselves also.
Let's make it simple. Keep it under one bond, one
Okay,
deal, because
that's fine.
we're accepting the street at some point.
No,
Make sure it's
I
done.
don't, I don't mind
we're
holding
see-
it,
and we're
but
seizing
it's
the
something
bond.
that they could do if they don't want us to do it.
That's great going forward. What can we do for this gentleman here and other people like him in terms of
I'm gonna ask
similar
to
Put it on
situations?
the punch list.
communicate to Concom.
Well, Concom is out of this picture on Valley Road, it seems like, right?
No, not his lot. His lot.
No,
If
but
they don't, if
no,
we don't have.
His lot, he pulled it up.
We're talking about the
Right, because
retention
when he
pond
was-
here.
When his lot was transferred to him,
Right.
he had to have his order of conditions complete. You
Okay.
can't transfer a lot until they're complete with
Yeah,
Concom.
it doesn't sound like his lot's the issue. He's got, he's
Right,
telling us
it's
about
the other-
silt
but
fencing around the pond and around this
Well,
access road up into
Right,
Deer Run.
exactly.
All right.
So when
Yeah,
they
we're-
give them that
I'll take
order.
care of
We'll
it.
just pull it out.
We'll take care of it.
Pull it out.
Waste too much time with this.
Okay, but, no, but.
No, but I
don't want
think,
you
I
to
think the
take care of
gentleman
it.
deserves an answer to what we're going to
I will pull
do.
it out faster than the discussion we just had.
That's
I'll
okay,
take care of it.
that's fine, but
Seriously.
Fine, I
going
hadn't
forward-
heard that. Dick, I appreciate that, but I hadn't heard that. He's here, he shouldn't be in the situation, and the neighbors up there shouldn't be in the situation that they are, due to some oversight by the town board or committee. I just want to solve that issue, and going forward, we know what our plan's going to
Yeah,
be.
and
That's
I
all.
don't necessarily want the DP